The honourable member for Lalor.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, and I am very pleased to rise today to represent the people of Lalor in this very important matter of public importance, because it is a matter of critical importance for 21,000 families in the electorate of Lalor.
That's right, 21.
Because what we're talking about today is what this government is bringing home to roost for 21,000 families in my electorate. Lalor is home to 60,000 families, and people come to live in our area of the world because it's affordable and because it's welcoming. Lots of families, clearly 21,000 of them, who earn less than $51,000 a year. And what this government's going to do, what this government has said in this chamber today that they are going to do, is they're going to rip out support from those families. On top of taking away the school kids bonus, which of course families are still hurting from, getting ready for school next year, they're finding out that in the year after they're going to lose the supplements. They're finding out that at 16, that when you've got a child at 16, at the most expensive time to send a child to school, with a book list potentially of $800, depending which subjects they're doing and whether they're doing a VCE where it's just books, or whether they're doing a VET or a VCAL if you're Victorian, when you've got the costs of the course on top. At that critical point in time, we're going to be saying to these low-income families, you can't afford to send your kid to school for year 11 and 12. They should leave school. That's what this government's saying to families in Lalor. That's what this translates to. Well, I've got a message for the people in Lalor and a message for the flourishing Prime Minister, for whom every flourish of the glasses carries a cut to families. This government talks a new game, but it's playing a very old game. The old game of punish the underprivileged, the old game of take from those who can least afford it. And they're hiding this, the flourishing Prime Minister, they're hiding it behind the new rhetoric of fairness. Fair to who? Fair to who, Prime Minister? Who are you fair to? Fair to the families who you're going to rip $2,600 a year from their income? Fair to the 1.3 million families across the country who are going to lose the FTP supplement, who are going to lose that every family? Fair to the 500,000 families of less than $50,000 a year who stand to lose $726 per child from the supplements? Now, these seem like small numbers, I'm sure, to multinationals. They seem like small numbers to millionaires. They're not small numbers in Lalor. These are the numbers that make or break a family. These are the numbers that mean a child continues at school or doesn't. And we heard from the new Minister for Social Services, a minister who's trying to demonstrate to the rest of the front bench that he's a good toe cutter, who's going to use social services as an audition for Treasury to prove to those over there that he can cut toes better than anybody else. Now, I heard a lot today, that's right, the families in Lalor, they're going down those snakes. And there are no ladders. There's no ladders being offered by this government for the families of Lalor. None at all. Now, I listened carefully to the member for Wentworth today as he talked. I listened carefully because I wanted to see if any of those complex phrases actually led to complex outcomes for families in Lalor. And no, what I got were very complex sentences. Still trying to find the subject in those complex sentences, but he did do a bit of listing. He did do a bit of listing. So I've got some listing. This is what I heard. This is what I heard from the Minister of Social Services at the dispatch box this afternoon. This is what I heard from that minister. I heard him being heartless. I heard arrogance. I saw a good rendition of Scrooge. I heard bullying. I saw a rigid person with a rigid attitude to fiscal responsibility, with no heart when it comes to families. I heard a man who doesn't understand that you take that money out of the pockets of families in my electorate and you impact on our local economy. That's what I heard. I heard someone who doesn't understand economics at all. Deputy Speaker, if these changes go through,
Order.
if they
The
get past
member's
us.
time has expired. I thank the honourable member.